Hi, Football Show with Neeraj and Yash. Today we're discussing the La Liga, where Atletico Madrid have beaten both Real Madrid and Barcelona to the title. So, did this come as a bit of a surprise to you, or was expected?
So at the start of the season, I might not have expected Atletico to win. Comparing to the start of the season, yes, it might have been a surprise, but I'm extremely happy that Atletico has finally won, stopped the duopoly of Barcelona and Real Madrid. But once the season started, Atletico started with a couple of draws, and then they ran into some great form. Except for a loss to Real Madrid, they racked up 50 points in their first 19 games, which is a stunning tally, really. And though nobody expected Atletico to keep going at that same rate, it was on Atletico to kind of go ahead and wrap up the title when they had such a huge lead. But they did slip up. They didn't keep that momentum going. Barca and Real Madrid kind of closed it up. And then it looked like Atletico might end up slipping up. Real Madrid and Barca, with the experience and the stars in their team, might end up coming victorious. But Suarez came up in the clutch moments and took Atletico to the title. And oh my God, that was
How much? Yeah, that's true. How much of it is actually more than a Barca or Real Madrid actually losing the title? Because the Barca fans and Madrid fans, they're going to point out that where there are some mistakes or there are some spate of injuries that the Real Madrid faced, which kind of benefited Atletico. How much of that is down to that equation playing out?
So you cannot blame the external factors at the end of the day, because when you look back 10 years down the line, Atletico has won the title. People are not going to say that it was an injury-prone season for Real Madrid, or Barca had these defensive issues at the back. At the end of the day, Atletico won, and it was a title that they really deserved for that start that they got. Like 50 points in 19 games in a league that's dominated by Barca and Real Madrid is absolutely ridiculous. So I think you got to give them that credit. But Real Madrid were very unlucky. They had over 60 injuries throughout the season. 60 might not all be serious injuries. Could have been small ones like COVID for a couple of weeks for a few players, small minor niggles. But almost the whole squad went through injuries at different points of time. And we all know how Barca's defensive line is. It's just waiting to be eaten up by the quick forwards.
Yeah.
So Barca are at probably their worst in the last 15 years or so. They don't have that defensive solidity. So I was not expecting Barca to win the title. It would have been all Messi just dragging them along to the title, which ultimately didn't happen.
Messi's been 2021, by the way. He's just been out of this planet.
Not enough, man. One player can't win the title for a team, and this is just a perfect example of that. So
yes.
But on the other side, Suarez did do it. I wouldn't say it's a one-man show, but Suarez did do it.
yeah, that's exactly my question, actually. Talking about one player winning the title, about the biggest transfer that we've seen in the far Atletico, the transfer of Luis Suarez and how that's played out. Because yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean,
it's a real kick up the backside for Barcelona, really, because they let Suarez go thinking he's not good enough, he's too old, he wouldn't be contributing. And Suarez did take it personally at the end of the day. Not leaving, being a legend at Barcelona, having got nearly 200 goals for them, it's a pretty harsh way that he was let go of at the end of the day, not treated like he was not given the status that he should have been given at the end of the day.
Something that coincidentally Real Madrid are very good at, not giving respect to legends. Go on, yes.
So at the start, it was all clicking for Suarez. He was just getting those goals coming off the bench. Diego Costa was around. They had a good forward line with João Felix, Angel Correa, Carrasco also around. But then suddenly, during that middle of the season, it all stopped. The goals stopped coming for Suarez, for Atletico. They started dropping points. Real Madrid and Barca, like you said, Barca being led by Messi, Real Madrid with Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, and Benzema powering it in. They were going up. But again, come the end of the season when those goals were really needed, Suarez got those winners. And the stat that goes is his goals have actually contributed to 35 points of Atletico this season.
Yeah.
His goals have actually contributed that much. So that's the value of a top
35
striker.
points.
35 points there, yeah.
That is just going and saying that you won 11 matches by yourself for the team in the season. Just, I mean, it's a 38 game season, and one player's effectively winning you games. That's obviously a third of the season.
True.
That's just too good. Something.
So I'm hopeful that this actually continues moving forward because Real Madrid are losing Zidane as the coach for next season. They'll have someone like Raul or somebody.
Oh, are they?
Mostly Zidane has mentioned that he is leaving. So
Okay.
Real Madrid will be losing him. Their midfielders are getting old. Modric, Kroos at the back, Ramos in front, Benzema. So they need a lot of enforcements throughout the squad. Hazard hasn't been doing that well either. Isco, we don't know what the future holds for him. And if we move to Barcelona, it's full of problems there from the top end to the back. We don't have a forward who's able to score goals, a defensive line that doesn't exist. Midfield is easily bypassable. So I think Atletico can go ahead next season if they perform at this rate. They don't have too many players who are old, except Suarez to an extent. They have a pretty young squad. So I think Atletico definitely can go again next season and try to get a title. I mean, imagine getting back-to-back titles in La Liga. That would be a slap on the face for Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yes, absolutely. And I think Atletico's long-term investment in Simeone has kind of paid off because there was going to leave. Things weren't going his way. A couple of Champions League finals. Conference was short. But I mean, to pick up and bring themselves here, and now, like you mentioned, in a position to win back-to-back or multiple league titles, because that we see in Real Madrid and Barcelona, that's just be. It's fantastic for La Liga as well. Generally, traditionally, is seen as a two-horse race, and here come Atletico to spoil everyone's party. It's just brilliant. And I think who's been your player season from La Liga?
Messi has taken Barcelona to another level. But in terms of best player would be Messi, in my opinion. But most valuable player would be Suarez for what he has done, the way he's transformed it for Atletico Madrid. I think Suarez will be my MVP. And also a special mention for Diego Simeone. I think that guy doesn't get enough credit. He is someone who's almost like that Mourinho-esque type. The manager of dark arts who doesn't let you attack, a defensive-minded coach. And he's time and again proved that his team can punch above the weight. They've gone to Champions League finals, though they've not won it. And the La Liga also was 7 years back. They've not been able to win a major title since then. Simeone has once again proved that he is a man who can win titles for Atletico. So I think credit has to be given to him as well.
Yeah. Well done, Simeone. Well done, Atletico. Well done, Luis Suarez. I mean, it's just come together for them this season. So that was our coverage. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.